A wealthy man in every sense, the boxer and businessman is not only one of the most successful athletes, but also on the very short list of the few billionaires in the world. It all started on February 24, 1977 in Grand Rapids, Michigan, when Floyd, Joyce, and Claire was born to a family of boxers. His father, Floyd Sr., and uncles were all former boxing champions in their own right. Surrounded by a legacy and culture of boxing, he took on his father's last name, indicating a desire to follow in his footsteps to boxing success. Although his family life was complicated, the elder Mayweather had a violent temper and drifted in and out of prison as a drug dealer while his mother struggled with substance abuse. Floyd didn't let that deter him from his goal of becoming a boxer. He lost a controversial match to Bulgaria's Serafin Todorov and was forced to settle for a bronze medal at the Atlanta '96 Olympic Games. Leaping from that decision, Mayweather decided to go pro on October 11, 1996. As a pro, Mayweather continued his winning streak, with his father as both his manager and trainer. While Mayweather proved savvy and surgical as a boxer, he masterfully established himself as an even sharper and shrewder businessman outside the ring. During the first decade of his career, Bob Arum had promoted Floyd under his Pretty Boy moniker. The partnership was solid as Mayweather remained undefeated with a growing paycheck, but he wanted more. His victory secured him a steady income in the $3 million range, but the money only fueled his already sturdy ego. Mayweather felt like he wasn't getting enough headline shows, and his talent and potential were being wasted. In 2006, determined to prove a point, Mayweather paid $750,000 to buy himself out of his top-ranked contract, launched his promotion company, took on a new moniker as Money, and began his quest to conquer the boxing world. With Mayweather calling the shots now, his paycheck soared, and he settled into his role as the ultimate showman. His first two pay-per-view events came in 2005 and 2006 against Arturo Gatti and Zab Judah, with pay-per-view buy rates of $365,000 and $375,000. In 2007, he faced and defeated Oscar De La Hoya for the WBC Super Welterweight crown, smashing the record for pay-per-view buys with 2.48 million with the split decision. But that was just the start of bigger things to come. The De La Hoya fight set off a series of 12 straight paydays of more than $25 million for the champion. As his fame grew, so did his international appeal. Soon, Mayweather brought his star power to television, first appearing in 24/7, a 4-part HBO documentary about his build-up to the De La Hoya fight, then featuring on ABC television's Dancing with the Stars and guest fighting at WrestleMania 24. Mayweather's victories in the ring and presence were influential, ranking him millions of followers on social media, which is why it shocked the world when, on the back of defeating Ricky Hatton in late 2007, he announced his retirement. The retirement was short-lived, though, as he returned in September 2009 to win a bout against Juan Manuel Marquez for nearly $60 million. 8 months after that, he won a 12-round unanimous decision over Shane Mosley in Las Vegas for another $30 million to up his professional record to 41-0. In May 2013, Mayweather made headlines yet again for unanimously winning a 12-round bout over Robert Guerrero, taking home the WBC welterweight title. The fight added $50 million to Mayweather's wallet, while breaking his record to an undefeated 44-0. This, along with his 2011 and 2012 fights with Victor Ortiz and Miguel Cotto, bumped his earnings to about $230 million, all of which flowed directly to Mayweather through his company, Mayweather Promotions. Later in 2013, Mayweather signed a blockbuster 6-fight deal with Showtime to broadcast his fights through its pay-per-view arm and appear on its all-access series. He had been an HBO guy during his career, but in a bid to woo him away, Showtime offered him at least $32 million on all his fights, along with his share of pay-per-view receipts. For Mayweather, it was the right call. The deal turned out to be the most lucrative in the history of sports, thanks to his hugely anticipated fight with Canelo Alvarez. The Canelo fight happened in September 2013 and broke the record for pay-per-view revenue with $153 million. Mayweather earned a record $75 million in that fight, but even that is nothing compared to what comes next. Following his success from the Canelo fight, Mayweather set the boxing world on fire when he agreed to fight 8-division champion Manny Pacquiao at the MGM Grand Garden Arena on May 2, 2015. The fight of the century turned out successfully, especially for Mayweather. He held off his opponent to win a unanimous decision and retain his perfect record, and he did it with a $250 million paycheck to take with it.